Happy Monday, December 13th, everybody. This is Bryan Devore with Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties, with the mom's birthday edition of the Monday Market Moment. Today is my mom's birthday, so a shout out to her. She does say that she watches this, so I'm wishing her a very happy birthday. Of course, I'll call her as well. Had a nice time with her over the weekend, celebrating too. Again, Mom, happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day today. So in this Monday Market Moment, we are going to talk about the latest stats. We are going to talk about the North San Diego County Association of Realtors HomeDex report, which we do every month around this time. Prices are up 328% somewhere, so we'll talk about that. And the articles of the week. We're not going to go into a lot of detail about each article, but I'm going to summarize what articles there are in the Constant Contact email accompanying this video. All right, but first, where are we at? And this is a very interesting time in San Diego real estate. Just when you thought inventory couldn't go down more, it has. Active listings right now, 1,995. That's down 127 from last week. I've never seen the number below 2,000 before. We are below 2,000 total homes for sale in all of San Diego County. And pending sales, 3,367. That's also down 127 from last week. Kind of crazy that the same exact number drop in active listings and pending sales. So the months of inventory right now, 0.59, that's down 0.02 from last week. And once again, we are below 0.6 months of inventory. What is new since last week? Well, since last week, we saw 603 homes come on the market. That's down 81 from the week before. New pendings, 564. That's up 80 from last week. Inventory going down continually. New pendings going up continually. It seems like it's a hotter market now in the month of December than during the spring and summer months, which are usually busy. New pendings listed within the last week, 46, that's 8%. It had been around 10 to 14%. So the number of homes going into escrow after 1 week of being on the market has dropped. However, the number of homes that have gone into escrow since coming on the market within 2 weeks, 372, that's 66%. That's been around 50%. So a full 2/3 of the homes that come on the market right now are selling within the first 2 weeks of coming on the market. It's a fast moving market. New closed sales, 575. That is down 91 from last week. A little surprising, but we'll see. Obviously, over the next couple of weeks, we'll see these pendings selling and see what those do. Median list price, 749.9. No change from last week. Same median list price, but the median sales price is down 7,500. Not a big number, 1%. Down to 760 from last week. Average days on market, 15. That's down 2 days from last week. So here's the new actives, new pendings, and new solds chart. We can see. We can see the number of list actives dropped quite a bit, although not as much as the week before that. But that was the week of Thanksgiving. Pendings and then solds, and we actually saw more solds than pendings, which, as you can see, we really hadn't seen at all. So that's some interesting numbers that were uncharted territory, I guess, is what you might want to say. And the median list price and median sales price chart as well. All right, let's talk about the North San Diego County Association of Realtors HomeDex report. You can download these reports in the Constant Contact email. And there's 2 reports. There's a Marketwatch and there's a monthly indicators report. This particular chart or graph, whatever you want to call it, this statistical information are all properties combined. You can also see the detached properties separated, and you can see the attached properties separated, but these are all of them combined. And all the key metrics we can see compared to a year before and year to date. New listings are down 17.6% from last November and down over 9% from year to date so far. Pending sales are down almost 11% over last November, but up slightly year to date. Closed sales down 15.5% versus last November, but up 5% year to date. So you can see all the numbers here. I thought the days on market has dropped quite a bit year to date. 2020 versus 2021. Median sales price up 20% over the last year. Median average sales price up 26%. Percentage of original price received at 4.5%. Through this time last year, we were at 98.5% of the sold price to list price. So homes were still selling below list price. Now, throughout the year, they're above list price. The affordability index, which is, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, down quite a bit. And the inventory of homes for sale. Look at this number. A year ago, November versus this November, 2104 to 964. And months of supply of inventory is about in half. So a couple charts I took out of the reports, and there's more, and I do encourage you to take a look at all of them. New listings, you can see over the last few years, the month of November, we went from 914 new listings that came on the market a couple of years ago. This is right before the pandemic. So it's kind of interesting. Now we'll start seeing when we start, we're in November, December, January, February of next year, leading up to the pandemic a couple of years ago. It's interesting to compare 914, which was right before the pandemic, to 867, which was during the pandemic. 729, dropping even more. A single family attached, same thing. Year to date, again, big drops. And then again, drops in the single family attached as well. Inventory of homes for sale went from 2678 to 1658 down to 764. Way fewer homes for sale now than there were before the pandemic began. Super interesting. 737 in single family attached homes to 406 to 184. Just unheard of numbers. People are staying put, aren't selling. Is it the pandemic, or is it because prices have gone too high and people can't sell because they can't buy something else? Interesting to see. Months of supply of inventory went from 2.8 to 1.6 to 0.7 for single family detached homes. Single family attached went from 2.1 to 1.2 to 0.5. And the dreaded affordability index, which is what I really like to watch, because if homes aren't affordable, they can't be sold because people can't buy them. But affordability for November, a couple years ago, was 51 down to 50. Now it's down to 42 for single family detached. About 11 drop. A bigger drop in single family attached from 76 went up to 78. Affordability was actually better in November of last year compared to the year before, but down to 61 now because prices have just gone through the roof, especially for the attached properties. And you can see year to date those numbers as well. So the less affordable the homes are, the fewer people can buy, but people are still buying. They're still finding ways to purchase. And I think a big reason is because we don't have the median so much. The people who are buying homes are not the median. They have dual incomes. They have higher than median incomes individually or combined. So that's what's driving homes to sell, and people paying cash in a lot of ways for homes, or lots of cash down. The Marketwatch report breaks out the county by quadrant, the East County, Metro, which is downtown and areas around there, North County and South County. Median sales price across the board was up this year versus last year in November. 21, 15.7, 15.8, 19.4. So big price increases. Percentage of original price received also up across the board. Days on market was a little mixed. So we actually in Metro saw a decrease in the days on market, while East County was up and South County actually was up quite a bit, 21.4%. Closed sales were also mixed, down in some, up in others. And then you can look in each quadrant. The report has all the zip codes for those quadrants. I just pulled out East San Diego County just this month, so you can take a look and see a couple of years ago versus last year versus now what the homes for sale looks like. About a third of the homes for sale now than there were last year. 2 years ago. A huge drop in East County, but we actually have more closed sales than we did 2 years ago. Of course, that's why prices are up, supply and demand. Okay, 328% price increase. I teased that in the beginning of this report. And that is in East County, the zip code that belongs to, where is it? Potrero, 91963. Prices were up 328.6% year over year. So of course we don't really know, how many homes were in there. I don't have all the details of that, but I think probably it's maybe a one or two home total sales or something, and the mix of homes. Maybe there was one that sold for for 500 or 550, and now only one sold for 750. But interesting to see that big jump. But I like this report again because it really breaks down by zip code. So download the report so you can see what your zip code did in November. All right, articles of the week. Top 10 housing markets project price increases in 2022. So you can read that article. Just click on the link, click on the button. You'll get a link right to the article, and you can see what are the top 10 projected markets for next year. How many Americans are wanting to relocate? I thought a really interesting article that talks about who does want to move and relocate now during the pandemic. Millennials are blaming boomers for the starter home shortage. Just real quick, boomers are buying the starter homes that millennials want, so there's competition. So it's kind of interesting, and boomers have more money. But read the article. The Great Resignation is driving the real estate renaissance. So this really talks about how people who are not going back to work, how that is affecting the real estate renaissance and what's happening in the world of real estate right now. Overall housing sentiment remains stable. That's a good survey that was taken among people and asking how they feel housing is doing. So read that article also. Strong housing market boosts overall household wealth, and it talks about how much more money people have in their pockets, or maybe not their pockets, but in their overall value based on their household wealth and people having equity in their home. It's quite a big adjustment. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Thank you again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday on the next Monday Market Moment. Hope you're staying safe out there. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day.